Trying to step forward to halfway line. Here's Lewis. As you can imagine, all the possession is coming from Pep Guardiola's team. Here's Akanji just outside the centre circle. This is back to Ruben Diaz. It's a patient play from the European champions. Lewis inside now Copenhagen's half. It might run down, and it has just come up. Will be a corner, which is a bit of a surprise. McKenna, yep, it will be conceded. Down the right side, City moving forward. Not a lot of penetration. What can they do from this corner? City with the first set piece of the evening. It's going to be Alvarez to take it. Haaland's in there, of course. It's floated, right-footed by Alvarez. Goes into the middle! And Akanji has a goal. Right-footed volley right into the top corner. Man City 1, Copenhagen 0, 4-1 aggregate. And if you didn't know before kickoff, you do know now that City are in control. And they are going to comfortably go into the final 8 of the European Cup. Lovely ball from Alvarez, dispatched instantly on the volley from Akanji. It's Manchester City 1, Copenhagen 0. The Copenhagen player misses it alongside Rodri. Oh, it's a really good goal from the centre-back, because what he does, he uses his right foot to just hook it past the goalkeeper. No chance for Gabara in goal. A complete right foot ciphered into the bottom, and it's right there. Manchester City lead, and the whole supporters, I'm sure many have been there for a very long time supporting City, seeing their side once again go into an early lead at the Etihad. It's Gabara laid back now to McKenna for Copenhagen. Goalkeeper uses the ball to go long. So it bounces all the way until Edison. Akanji with a goal. A belter. That is coming from the Swiss international. So as you were, lead have a 3-goal advantage overall. Man City over Copenhagen. Rodri into Diaz. Into Gardeval. It's giving the ball away. Gardeval goes in field to Kovacic. Kovacic diagonal ball. Long looking now towards Alvarez. He doesn't get his right. He doesn't get anything around actually. And McKenna's there to sweep away in the Copenhagen defence. City 1, Copenhagen 0. Here's Lewis. Paying it back to Akanji. Edison. In towards Diaz. Side the here's Lewis. All around the far side. Into the centre middle for Manchester City. It's with Ruben Diaz. Gives this to Rodri. Rodri uses the left boot. Gives it back to Diaz. Diaz to Akanji. Akanji tucking into his right back position. Every single City player. Albert Edison is in Copenhagen's half. The ball's in Copenhagen's half, of course, with Gardeval now. Gives it back to Diaz. He's in the centre circle. He lost this to left. Now towards Rodri. Rodri onto Kovacic. Kovacic into Gardeval. Two summer signings, and Lewis has found himself centre of the field. Here's Rico Lewis driving into the penalty area. This will be a good goal, blocked And it will be another set piece. In fact, it's Oscar Bob, who's the man who looks electric for against Copenhagen. Drive it in towards it. And they have another corner. Manchester City scored from their first corner of the game. This is their second. Can they repeat that? It's going to be taken by Alvarez again. Right footed, this time from the other side. There's a player free at the far side. Post hit. And it was nearly going to be deja vu. Alvarez! Oh, it's gone through the goalkeeper's hands. It's going to be deja vu. He's got an assist. And now he's got a goal. Julian Alvarez. Manchester City 2. And they lead by 5 goals to 1 aggregate. And it's only been 9 minutes on the clock from this game. And they have 2 in 10 minutes, Manchester City. If there was any hope, that's been completely blown away. Should nearly been 2-0. Rodri hit in the post. It came back to Julian Alvarez, who hit it with real force. It kind of dipped, and it just went through Gabada. It's a goalkeeping error. Just kept his eyes away from it. And it went into the corner. Full control from Manchester City. City 2, Copenhagen 0. And I'll try my best for you to stay in this game with me, but it really is terrible goalkeeping from Gabada. Lets the shot slip right through his fingers. Pep Guardiola, as I mentioned, with the City attire, fleece blazer and now turtleneck, I'm seeing, pointing to the corner. Oh, he knows he can build a dynasty at Manchester City. He's doing that already. Treble winners are looking for more, and they are leading by 2 goals to 0. And Jakob Nostrup, the coach for Copenhagen, is up, and he's just sitting there thinking, blimey, what have I got to do? What have I done tonight to make this one respectable? And any plan they had head into this game to keep it tight, to give themselves an opportunity against this huge mammoth task they had, it's gone away instantly. And Manchester City, all focus will be on the weekend already to their game against Liverpool. Liverpool, in fact, are in action tomorrow in the Europa League. They're against Sparta Prague. Don't know if they're home or away. I'll just get that confirmed for you as I do that. City over the halfway line, going forward through Julian Alvarez. Liverpool actually do travel away to Sparta Prague, and City put the ball away because there is an injury on the floor. Looks like it's Mateo Kovacic. He's holding his chest at the moment. Seems to be a concern. Guardiola is pleading to talk to one of his players. I think he's asking for them all to come forward and have a conversation. Oh, Lucy's having a conversation with Jakob Nostrup, the Copenhagen manager. It's City 2, Copenhagen 0, and Manchester City just make these European nights become a breeze. And the way they play their football with such speed and accuracy and precision. See the first goal from Akanji. It's a real quality goal. And Alvarez whip just going through the hands of Gabada. From Alvarez. 2-0 to City. A 5th Champions League goal of the season for Julian Alvarez. An Argentine World Cup winner in 2022. The good news for City is that Kovacic has come up and he's gone to the touchline. He's looking to come back onto the field. Oscar Bob's actually been getting some orders from his manager. Edison on the ball for Manchester City. It's them who have the advantage in this game. Live on Flash Score. Rodri flicking that through to towards Kovacic, just come back onto the field. There was one game in the Europa League, and it was Sporting up against Atalanta. It finished 1-1. Scamacca draw one back for the Italian team. It's played a day earlier than the traditional Europa League. Diaz for City has the ball infield inside his own half, gives it to Rodri. Rodri goes and gapples forward. He just siphons the ball to Akanji. Akanji's there, gives it to Lewis. Lewis has some time to just play it back. Great work now here from City. They're approaching the penalty area. Good work here. Looking for number 3. It's pulled back in the way of Haaland. That's Mateus Nunes. The ball goes into the far post. Goalkeeper's at sea. And the referee in the end points for a goal kick. I think that Haaland was just tripped over. Oscar Bob, edge of the box. All players are onside. Oh, he just slipped. That was unfortunate for Haaland. Haaland did have one of the biggest misses that you'll ever see in history of football, to be honest, against Manchester United. Foden's brilliance, having the blushes from him. Surprised that was the case. It's Copenhagen moving down this left side, motoring down this left through Akoche. Kochen goes past Akanji, goes past Rodri, keeps his hit. It's good work from a Copenhagen player, and he wins his side a corner kick. That would have been better if the score was still level on the night, at least, with them just having that 3-1 advantage, City, but they have a 5-1 advantage over Copenhagen. 15th minute we enter. Akochi scrolling up to the far post, headed away by City. It's fired back in over the bar, and it was Clem with the effort for Copenhagen, and that was high over the City goal. Small selection of Copenhagen fans who've travelled, just seeing some images of them. Well, Manchester City have gone 2-0 up inside 9 minutes tonight, as you know, against Copenhagen. 121 passes completed compared to Copenhagen's 24, 80% possession from Manchester City. Their earliest ever 2-goal lead in UEFA Champions League match, and the earliest by any side since their knockout victory against Juventus, who played Tottenham back in 2017-2018. That was in the last 16, and that was also in the 9th minute. Fast off the blocks. There's the statistics you only get here on Flash Score, of course, but it covered European action on this Wednesday night. Manchester City are in complete control. It's now with Guardiola. It's with Kovacic now inside Copenhagen's half. Copenhagen, all players are pressed and camped outside their penalty area. Kovacic now to Rodri. It's Rodri, floats this now towards Nunes. Nunes touches long as it tries to go to Haaland, and Copenhagen now try and break away. Akucha does that. He runs into trouble. Great work for Mateus Nunes, and Bob is being a real nuisance behind Haaland, I have to say. Oscar Bob, but it's with Copenhagen who've trying to move out. Clem. Back to Vario. Now it's back with the goalkeeper. Nice work trying to play onside. He will be onside here in Furhert. Trying to move forward. It's a good interception by Manchester City, and now they're looking to accelerate into Copenhagen's half with Alvarez into Rodri. Rodri into the middle now for Nunes. Nunes into Kovacic. Ball now towards Manchester City with Akanji poking up forward, looking towards Haaland, and that's been cut out. Clem giving the ball now towards Oscar. Give it to McKenna. Favreau. Let's check back to Kabada. Kabada to Dykes. Dykes trying to move that now, looking towards Elanusi and Gelad. All of this play in the back line. Clem laying it off. And now Kobe keep hold of possession, first time in a while. It's fired up into, that's headed away by Diaz. Good work though from Kobe. They've kind of just settled in the game last 5 minutes, winning that corner, didn't lead to anything. They're opening up a little bit, but when you do that, City look to hurt you. And it is Haaland through on goal, and it's been cleared away there in the end by Favreau. Centre back Favreau. Oh, back to intercept that ball that Haaland was going to latch on to. Haaland has a shot in the box, deflected, and it will be a corner. 20 gone. 5-1 City lead on aggregate. And they lead 2-0 on the night. 2 goals in the early part of this game, first 9 minutes. In fact, City in a hunt for more goals. They're looking to extend their unbeaten right at home also. Alvarez ball's cut out. That corner will be another one. He tried to play a quick one towards Oscar Bob. But it was good work from Clem, who intercepted it. So Alvarez with the yellow boots tonight. City, of course, traditional strip of sky blue tops, white shorts and blue socks. Whipped in, white-footed by Alvarez. He actually needs the goalkeeper to palm it over, but the referee has decided there's a bit of argy-bargy in the middle. Too much argy-bargy. And it has to be a free kick that's taken quickly by Gabada. On to the left side where Dix is. Dix runs, he gapples forward. Looks to check it back. Gives infield to Hassan. See where the foul is. There's a bit of, maybe a Kanji should have been, yeah, there might be a VAR check, and nope. The referee decides that VAR check is okay and City won't get a penalty. I think at this rate, I don't think we need to we let the football flow. You know, it's half a dozen of 6 of apple pairs, whatever the saying goes. But either way, City are in control, and it's going to be as competitive as it can be. Kabada, and I think a third goal, that would be good night on the night. I think Copenhagen are just playing for the game on the night. The task of knocking out European champions. You haven't lost here in over 3 years in Europe. Haven't lost at home, if I'm correct, since Antonio Conte's Spurs came here and win. I think I need to go check that. As the but definitely in Europe over 3 years, which is impressive. So it's a tall order for Copenhagen. No, in fact, quick maths. I just got in my memory bank. I promise, not Google. They haven't lost here since December against Everton in all competitions in 2022. I sound so strong about that, like I have Googled it. I promise you haven't. But Everton 2022 is the last time Guardiola's side have lost at home. It's an impressive record. They're on a strong run at the moment of being unbeaten domestically as well in Europe. And you have to give credit to what they're building here. It's a mouth-watering game, isn't it? Liverpool against Manchester City at Anfield, 3:45 UK time. You can listen to that on Flash Score. It's going to be fantastic. We're halfway through this first half, where City have had control. They have goals from Alvarez and Akanji. It's Bob who's trickled through players, gave the ball towards Rico Lewis, and then it's laid back to Kovacic. Kovacic now with the ball. Rodri for City. Trying to go over the halfway. Oh, he scooped this now in the middle. Bob's in here. Oscar Bob in between 2 players. Tries to squeeze himself and turn. in between. And he can't. Rodri wants the ball. Lewis gives it to Rodri. Lewis back to Rodri. Lewis gives it back to Bob. Bob in the middle. Bob shoots. Played it back. And Copenhagen clear the ball away. Oscar Bob, such a good young talent last week. Signed a new deal with the English and European champions in Manchester City. It's Rodri, 35 yards away. He's not lost a game in the City, sir, in 59 Premier League games. Remarkable. He didn't play. Fun fact, he didn't play in that Everton game. When he's not been there, and he hasn't played in any games that City have lost this season. When City have lost, Rodri's not been starting. The first time they went behind, actually. Last 2 times at home they've been behind. Well, against Brentford and Chelsea, and then obviously against Manchester United. So they go behind against Brentford. They did beat Brentford 1-0 here a fortnight ago. So they've had a fair few amount of home games. Manchester City, they've host Arsenal end of this month, straight after the international break. So their schedule after this game be, as you know, Liverpool on Sunday. Then they host Newcastle. They host Newcastle at the Etihad in the FA Cup quarter-final, and then they will welcome Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, which I think, I don't know about you, I mean, this title race is unpredictable, will be absolute corker. That's Easter Sunday. What a better way to have your Easter eggs. I'll be listening to that. City in full control tonight. You can sense that, passing the ball across the field, pass after pass, really wearing down Copenhagen. The ball's now with Lewis, edging off the Copenhagen box. Gives to Akanji. Akanji now gives the ball to Diaz. Diaz in the field. Gives it to Nunes. Rodri's there. Kovacic is there. It's interesting to see the positions at the midfielders. Rodri and Kovacic are taken. They join in as a back four. They drop. With Akanji and Diaz supporting there. But Diaz has come and supported Carnival. And Akanji's kind of supported Lewis, and then Rodri, Kovacic sit, and that's why Kovacic's got the ball now. He's at the last line of defence. It's quite an interesting tactical formation that has been implemented by Manchester City. 2-0 they lead. Akanji for Manchester City. This time it's in his own half. Still 0-0 between Real Madrid and Red Bull Leipzig. A lot of championship football getting in place tonight. Update you on that. Check that on that. If you're keen to find out what's going on with things championship, it's now ball to Rico Lewis. A scamper to keep on. He was herring down, and he doesn't get anything other than a goal kick. I wasn't happy about that. Said a few words and saw the system referee doesn't understand either. Floated up now. Kin Long. It's cleared away. Good work by Copenhagen. Just didn't move that away from City. They're playing a high line, Manchester City. They always do. And they've done well because it's going to be a free kick to them. Copenhagen were broken through and offside because they're just so close to the halfway line. So that's good work. It's down the left now for City with Alvarez. Does cover a lot of ground, gives the ball towards Guardiola. Guardiola now to Oscar Bob, and when the ball goes to Bob, it just sticks like glue. Alvarez now, and that's darted off as the Copenhagen supporters throwing in their scarves in the corner of the Etihad. They're not shooting towards their supporters. Copenhagen City are shooting towards them at the moment. We're at the 29th minute of this game at the Etihad, where City, I've got to find another word of control. The ascendancy, taking it easy. They're on the beach, full focus. I feel for sure will be on Sunday now. Getting this one out of the way, that'll be the best dent for Manchester City. It's a good scene from them. Their supporters throwing those white scarves. It's Rodri. Give it a ball away, Manchester City. And it's now gone towards... they've given it back to the champions. And then the champions give the ball away. 3-time champions of the Premier League, looking to make it a 4. That's unprecedented ever in Premier League and English League history. But they've got a bit of defending to do as Lucy's broken through, and Lucy has pulled one back. Some gorgeous football from Copenhagen, and his manager claps on the sidelines. It's a wonderful goal from Copenhagen, and it's Manchester City 2, Copenhagen 1, and that's their first shot on target tonight, and their supporters in that corner enjoy that. It's a fantastic finish from the former Hull and Southampton man. Oh, it's just checking for that offside. Nice little back heel, and then, yeah, just siphoned it into the back of the corner. Elyounoussi. Really well worked. See, if this was 1-0, potentially, you could be saying it would be game on. It's now with Clem floating this to the far side. Well, Copenhagen pulled on back, and they wanted to make this game interesting. As I mentioned, it's about making the game competitive on the night, even if the aggregate score isn't. 5-2, sorry, now City lead due to Elyounoussi goal. 2-1. It's a fine move, playing at 1-2 with Clem. Hammered up forward though by City, looking towards Haaland. Headed on by McKenna, Valvro. And the referee's halted proceedings tonight. It's a free kick for Copenhagen. Excited because 40 minutes, 40 yards, rather 40 minutes, 30 minutes gone here, sorry, rather, but 40 yards away. And next goal, critical a little bit. So maybe full attention needs to still be on tonight. Maybe not just all on Liverpool. Here is a Kodru to take this free kick. High line by City. It's popped to the far side. Head away by Rodri. Does come out back to a Copenhagen player, but then Kovacic is there. So put into the middle. Spread towards the left. Now it's work for Elyounoussi. Elyounoussi giving us to front. Vavro. Good period here for Copenhagen. Boosted by that goal tonight. And the supporters are jumping up and down in that small section of the Etihad. And Gillette has the ball. McKenna has it for Copenhagen. They actually are pushed back into their own half. It's a diagonal ball by Dix. He spreads it to the right side. It's a diagonal ball. Oh, lovely touch. That is found by Clem. He's on to the Emilio Kochic. He wants to pull the trigger. He does. Shot blocked by Lewis. They will come back out now for Gillette. Low shot. The City toying here a little bit. Still have the full control of this game. And they're looking to break. Bob now. That's cut out by Copenhagen, who playing a real high line now in this game. What a good end to the first half. We still have 15 minutes to play to include a bit of added time that I'm sure we're going to get. Here is Kodru. Kodru laying this back towards McKenna. Atkinson's there. Edge of the penalty area now for Copenhagen. Oh, he's gone offside. It's basic football from Copenhagen. It's such a good move, and when you've got a defender and you can see the whole line, it's always a bit of a problem. Diaz kisses to Edison. Throw now towards Rodri. Lovely work from Rodri, giving this to Diaz. Diaz in towards Ruben Diaz. He's fired at back. Oh, it's hit the head. Kovacic. Diaz. Still on the ball. Just checks it over the halfway line. Now it's with Guardiola trying to keep it in. Now here's Diaz. Good work from City. 2-1. They lead 2-0 between Real Madrid and Red Bull Leipzig. 1-1 was the final score in the Europa League for Sporting and Atalanta. Have you covered tomorrow for Europa League action, including Liverpool, Sparta Prague, Brighton's game against Roma, and Freiburg against West Ham. Kovacic inside his own half gives the ball back to Diaz. City now taking control and just trying to take the sting of Copenhagen's dominance they had in that spell. Here's Alvarez, who goes for a shot that's not hit cleanly. It's his goal that's the difference so far tonight. And City took the lead in lightning speed, 2 in 9 minutes. First, Akanji from a corner, slamming home a right-footed volley. And then Julian Alvarez with a gorgeous strike. But the goalkeeper should have done better after Rodri hit the post. And then we've just seen Lucy pull one back for Copenhagen. 5-2 is the score. And Agret. It's Clem on the ball for Copenhagen. McKenna. Give the ball to Alden. 5 attempts for Manchester City, 4 for Copenhagen, 2 on target for Manchester City, and those efforts have gone right into the back of it, and so is Copenhagen's, because they've had 1 on target also. Here is McKenna. Floated back to Valdro. Jet trying to go over the halfway line. He's able to just check it back though to McKenna. McKenna now to Diggs. Valro's there. Valro slips this down to the left side to Gillette. Gillette goes into the middle. Lovely work now. Here is Akutra. Can he keep it in? He can keep it in. Akutra. He's up against Lewis. Can he swing the ball in? He can. He puts it into the middle actually for where Clem is. Clem gives this back to Akutra. This is good work from Copenhagen. They looked really dangerous since they've scored that goal. I think they've boosted with confidence. Orchestrating the move with the goal. It was a gorgeous goal. But McKenna's found himself in a bit of trouble. Fouling Oscar Bob. City 2, Copenhagen 1. Yeah, he just kind of, by brushing forward, he used his right arm to touch the face of Oscar Bob. Diaz has the ball for Manchester City. He wants to be inside the centre circle. Gives it to Kovacic. Kovacic, little slip, but he keeps hold of the ball. It wasn't a black and red shirt near him. Diaz. And it's back to Kovacic. Kovacic in field to Ruben Diaz. Diaz over the halfway line now to Akanji. It's got Lewis to the right of him inside the half. Here is Kovacic. Kovacic floating that now towards Guardiola. City 2, Copenhagen 1. Real Madrid 0, Red Bull Leipzig 0. That's the score on the other game happening tonight in the Champions League. Akanji has it for City, gives it to Lewis. Lewis is most likely playing as a right winger, I have to say, this evening. And it's this player who's on the ball right now. Nunes has been able to tuck in. He's actually fouled 2 Copenhagen players. One there by Rico Lewis, who's had a little bit of a anger at a couple of the decisions. Sparta Prague against Liverpool tomorrow. Roma, Bayern and Brighton. Benfica against Rangers is quite tasty. Freiburg against West Ham. And Ajax up against Aston Villa. Maybe Thursday nights are the place to be when it comes to European football, especially with the Champions League just in the last 16. All those games I've just mentioned, you can listen to audio commentary of those live on Flash Score, and including a full catalogue of Premier League, La Liga and Serie A action coming your way this weekend. The Copenhagen players up off his feet, 38 minutes gone here. City that have the advantage on the night, and on aggregate they lead by 5 goals to 2 overall, and by 2 goals to 1 tonight. It's been a competitive game. Copenhagen have started to grow in this game. They have the ball inside their own half. They then gift it back to the European champions in Manchester City, 40 yards away from their own goal. Copenhagen win it back, try and scamper for, but in the end they actually just put the ball out of place. That's going to be a throw-in on the far side, as Pep Guardiola just marshals his technical area and full concentration. Diaz just towards the Kanji now on towards Nunez on to Bob blazes back to Akanji. City 2, Copenhagen 1. De Bruyne, Foden, Walker, Stones amongst the players on the bench this evening for the European champions. Sergio Gomez and Bernardo Silva all having a night off. You wonder if you will see them risk tonight the incoming trip to Liverpool. It's a place traditionally pre-Abu Dhabi investment that City struggled with, and even post in this current ownership model have struggled with. They didn't win there last year. They're looking to extend their lead here with Alvarez shooting in the box and turning, but it's blocked by the defenders of Copenhagen. Good work from Haaland using his strength. It's been a quiet evening so far for Erling Haaland, but he only needs a second, and of course every team only needs a second to score a goal. But when you've got Erling Haaland in your team, you know that all you've got to do is provide him the goods of a chance, and he 9 times out of 10 will dispatch that chance. Here is Rodri, 40 yards away from the penalty area, bang in the middle of Copenhagen's half. Flicks it to Kovacic, gives the ball now to Oscar Bob. It's about 30 yards away, gives it back to the Croatian. He floats this back to Rodri. Rodri, gives a gorgeous ball to Alvarez outside the D, but cut out well by Okasarsson for Copenhagen. 5 to go until half time here at the Etihad. Kabara. It's floated back now to McKenna. McKenna back to Kabara. Red jersey for the Copenhagen goalkeeper. Disappointed with the way he attempted to save Julian Alvarez's goal. It went straight through the goalkeeper. Another occasion, it could be 1-0. They're looking to move down this left. Okuja. He's up against Akanji. He's been their best outlet. Okuja, as soon as I say that, the ball he puts in is behind Ankerson on that far side. In fact, the offside flag has actually gone up. I think it was for the initial run from Akuchura. So Man City 2, Copenhagen 1. Few seats starting to empty in the Etihad to go for their half-time snacks as we approach that. Time 43 minutes on the clock. Edison gives the ball to outside his penalty area to Ruben Diaz. Akanji's there. No pressure on the ball for Akanji. So the Swiss international has time just to analyse and scan the pitch. He still has the ball. Akanji floats it to the left side where Gardwell is. Gardwell, who is able to just lay it back to Diaz. Back with now the Croatian defender. Steps forward Diaz. And it's just two of these players playing the ball back to each other. Last sequences of passing just Diaz to Gardwell. Finally it's broken as the ball finds its way to Rodri. Rodri now says Diaz have a few upper touches. Ruben Diaz, so he does. Gives it back to Rodri. Rodri. All this, just this setting of the ball, setting of this phase of attack. The concentration also for Copenhagen have got to deal with, and then they spring into attack with Nunez, and the referees actually said that Mateus Nunes has been brought down, the Portuguese midfielder. It's 35 yards away from the penalty area, right of the D. It was a forwards challenge there by Akucha. Manchester City 2, Copenhagen 1. Alvarez is going to be the one to take the set piece of De Bruyne on the bench. He's taking control, and Bernardo Silva, he's taking control of the set pieces tonight for Manchester City. right-footed from Alvarez. It's only going to reach a Copenhagen player. They might look to break here. Kuchi's ball, he was hit with all the venom. That could have skipped above Alvarez, who intercepted it on the halfway line. There's a chance for Clem to burst through on goal of only Edison to meet, but now it's familiar side of City on the ball inside Copenhagen's half, and everybody's gone into pressing positions. And with Lewis in towards Akanji, it does feel like a training exercise at times when City get into these positions. We're into the final minute of the half here at the Etihad, one that City have controlled. The lead suggests that 2 goals inside the first 9 minutes. Akanji with Alvarez doubling up, but City did pull one back through Copenhagen did pull one back over Manchester City through Elanusi as a long ball goes forward looking towards Nunes, and Haaland was there, but so was Scott McKenna. The Scotsman was there to intercept, but the offside flag has gone up, so that won't count for anything. Even if Haaland was there to tap it, he's not seen anything. I don't think he's had a shot all night. Good defending from McKenna though. The Nottingham Forest no need. Nice work by Nunes, because what he did, he kicked the ball down, side-footed. Goalkeeper once again, no man's land. Gabard, the captain of FC Copenhagen. It's half time in the Real Madrid Red Bull Leipzig game. How many minutes are we going to be added on here at Manchester City? We're just going to get confirmation of that now. We are going to play 3 minutes of added time. We've played one on those minutes already. We're inside the first minute of the 3 that have added on. It's been a routine night so far for the European Champions treble winners. It's what it's expected to be. You'd imagine with the situation they're in, headed into this game from the previous tie, 3-1, comfortable lead they have. Rodri's just smiling because he's just pushed the Copenhagen player down inside Copenhagen's half. Okichi. Throw back. Ooh, looking to play it to Jarrett. He can't keep it in, so that's going to be a goal kick to Copenhagen. Oh, some glum faces on the Manchester City bench. They're itching to play. Foden and De Bruyne. Just want to, in the fade form they're in, rich vein of form they're in, they just want to play. These City players, but it's a long season, and when you're going for 3 competitions, trying to go for the treble, and this is an achievement, and also be 4 in a row in the Premier League. It's with Akanji. Can they get a final goal to wrap up a thrilling half for them? It's with Guardiola into Nunes, Akanji into Lewis into Akanji, Diaz, work here by Rodri outside. Here's Haaland. Can he drop the ball? It does fall to Erling Haaland. He's not had a sift tonight. He shoots and he scores. Well, he has now. Erling Haaland. Oh, what a player. What a striker. And the Norwegian finds his way onto the score sheet. He didn't score against Copenhagen in the first leg. He made sure he does now. Oh, it's a lovely ball from Rodri. Was there a deflection just to take it away from Gabbardi? It might be the case, but it's an all familiar scene since he signed for Manchester City. What a signing, what a player. Rodri put him through, puts it down on his right and then puts on his left. Oh, he doesn't. What a goal that is. It looks like it's a deflection from where he's brought it onto his right foot, then onto his left quickly, and he just puts it into the bottom corner. What a finish from Erling Haaland. That's superb. Initially I thought there was a slight deflection. Nope, just pure class. And that is the final moment of the game tonight. Manchester City 3, Copenhagen 1. I say tonight for Copenhagen, I wish it was tonight, but in terms of the first half, they started the first half excellently. Manchester City, Akanji swept home And a volley from a corner from Alvarez. Alvarez joined the attack only a couple minutes after, so they raced into a 2-goal lead on the night after 9 minutes. Elneny pulled on back midway through the first half, and in the 3rd minute of added time, Erling Haaland has tucked in Manchester City's 3rd. 3-1 lead on the night, the same scoreline they took to the Etihad tonight, with the final at Wembley. Manchester City going to go there. They lead 6-2 on the night. We'll be back for full audio commentary of this game, the last 16 game between Manchester City and Copenhagen. 3-1 on the night, 6-2 on aggregate. where Manchester City are in full control. They lead by 3-1. And with goals from Haaland, Alvarez and Akanji for Pep Guardiola's team. Just waiting for the second period to get going. And away we are with City on the ball down the right side. Let's have a rundown of the two teams just to see if there's been any changes for you. Balls with Diaz. Hardwell, 3-1 they lead, 6-2 on aggregate. Still 0-0 between Real Madrid and Leipzig. And here's Lewis onto the ball. Back to Edison. Pull back. Now flicked on by Manchester City. So the only change at half time is Sergio Gomez has come on for Rodri. Here is Lewis flicking that to the right side. City shooting from right to left. So Edison goal, Golo Akanji, Diaz, Lewis, Sergio Gomez, Kovacic, Nunez, Alvarez, Bob and Haaland is the lineup. Haaland trying to be flipped through in by Oscar Bob, and it's intercepted well by Copenhagen. Floated now to the backside for the visitors with McKenna. McKenna now on to Diggs. Diggs just back to McKenna. No pressure from Manchester City. Where it goes. Changes for Copenhagen, none. It's Clem's on the ball. Move down the right side, Copenhagen. They have the ball still. And they're back line. And City have done some fantastic pressing there to win it and to get a throw in. Deep in their own half. We just see Edison there, really giving the ball right away in the first couple of seconds, but getting away with it. Cardwell for Manchester City, giving the ball to the left side for where Gomez is. And Sergio Gomez. So it's Guevara in goal. Akazet, Jeret, Valverde, McKenna and Diggs, the back five for Copenhagen. Througher, Okazan and Clem the midfield three. Enusi and Achuhuri are the front two. Manchester City 3, Copenhagen 1. It's visitors who have had a fair amount of possession in this second half, and then we've only been playing 3 minutes. But Man City have been cruising in this time. And they are the first European team to score in their last 9 home games, plus 3 goals, 3 or more goals in the last 9. Really good work from the European champions. Ankinson, Gerrard into the middle, and he runs into trouble. Here's Haaland inside the penalty area, shoots, scuffed. He didn't know where the ball was. He has teed this up, looking for Julian Alvarez, both on a goal already in this game. Alvarez and Haaland looking to add for more. Still 0-0 between Madrid and Leipzig in that last 16 tie. Here it is. Hardwell, chip assistant Sergio Gomez. Gomez now on towards Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob now floating that to Diaz. Diaz towards Akanji. Akanji through to the top, looking for Rico Lewis approaching the halfway line. Rico Lewis inside the centre circle now, gives this towards Kovacic. Kovacic uses the right foot to swing this to the left side now for City. Guardiola right on the top of his technical area, with his hand over his beard, overlooking this performance. 3-1 score, 6-2 they lead on aggregate. No away goals, of course, in Europe, third season of that rule being implemented. He's back with Edison, bright green jersey for the City man. Diaz towards Kovacic. And he has Sergio Gomez to the left of him. Kovacic gives this to Gomez. Gomez wants to be a bit more ambitious in his run. Instead, he gives it to Diaz. Diaz down to Sergio Gomez. It's with Kovacic. He flings this onto Oscar Bob. Oscar approaching the penalty area. Checks this to Gomez. Infield. Back to Kovacic. It's good work from City. Trying to correct the angle for a shot. Mateo Kovacic, the former Chelsea man, a European winner with Chelsea after beating Manchester City back in 2021, looking to collect another medal, but this time in the blue of Manchester City rather than the blue of Chelsea. Copenhagen do clear that latest attack from the European champions to 3-1. They trail on the night. It's picked up by Alvarez, 40 yards away from the penalty area for City. He's trying to go around a couple of Copenhagen players, and he's in a bit of trouble. Over the halfway line, Akucho goes. Akucho now on this left side. He's got Thirlhot to the right of him. Just laid this back. Giving this to Clem. Into the middle goes for Clem. We've seen so much of the ball. Clem and Aruchu and Elusi have seen so much. Of course, Elusi scored the goal. Half the arrears on the night before Haaland restored Manchester City's 2-goal lead. Right by Kovacic, Jarvis skip past two. Just gone over. Oh, look of a swing. From the Copenhagen player, that's because giving the free kick to Manchester City. Guardiola is now sitting down. We're seeing a picture of him in deep conversation with his coaching staff. One last hurrah, Klopp against Pep Guardiola on Sunday. Looking forward to bringing you that game live on Flash Score on Sunday. It's going to be a corker. It's a ball that's been spreaded to the right hand side, looking towards Mateus Nunes, but it's intercepted by Copenhagen. In fact, it's gone out of play altogether. So 54 minutes on the clock. We still have a fair chunk of this second period to go. We learn from Copenhagen more than anything than from Manchester City in times like this. To keep going, the supporters still waving their blue and white scarves in that corner of the Etihad. However, would love a goal. For their home supporters, and Lucy's just pushed Rico Lewis to the ground. I don't know if he's been given a free kick or not. They have City been given a free kick. I think that's a bit of a surprise from Rico Lewis. Alvarez. Wait. Swung in. Good ball in. Headed by Akanji. Goes back to Kovacic. Right footed. It's blocked by the defender. Goes back to Alvarez. Alvarez has been on set piece duty tonight. Has been a accurate delivering of the ball. Here is Alvarez, full weight in the middle, wants to get looking towards Haaland, the far post. The Norwegian goes up for it, but he can't put his head towards the goal. going to be a throw-in to Manchester City down the near side. He thought it would be a corner, Sergio Gomez, but referee just says, no, let's not do that. So we'll just play down this left side still between Gomez and Guardiola. Players have come in consecutive summers for Manchester City. Kovacic, lovely ball to Haaland. First touch Haaland, looking on towards Alvarez, 25 yards away. Kovacic along down the right to Akanji. Akanji should bring this now to the right side to Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis actually gets the ball from Mateus Nunes. What's happening is you're seeing Kovacic and Guardiola hog the touchline, and Lewis and Sergio Gomez come into the middle, and it's kind of like a ball around this Copenhagen whole team, not even defence, whole team. So create a circle, and it's about playing through the circle. Once they do that, their route to goal to find an Oscar Bob and a Erling Haaland or an Alvarez is easy. And tonight we're seeing a real exercise and a real example of the brilliance and the tactical mind of Pep Guardiola as we approach the hour mark here at the Etihad. It's the hour mark in Madrid. Madrid is still leading in that game on aggregate, still 0-0 on the night though. Leipzig having a lot of chances. You can follow that on Flash Score audio commentary if you like, and on the live blog commentary. It's one you can listen to, of course, here on the app and on the website. And City look like they're preparing, not just Copenhagen this time, they're preparing for the first substitutions of the evening. So that's the end of Elias Kutura. He's had a fine game. Rooney Barde is about to come on. He broke Manchester United hearts, didn't he? In the group stages, he got that last minute goal over Erik ten Hag's team. And now Victor Farhotsov, and onside, on comes number 8 Magnus Madsen. So Madsen and Rooney Bagnor onto the field for Copenhagen on the hour mark. Well, we're not there yet, but approaching the hour mark. Those are the changes that are about to be made as this game goes into its final half an hour, final 30 minutes. It's with Akanji. Finish to Diaz. Here's Gomez. I saw the trickle move to Bob. Nice work from Bob. Oh, he's gone all the way, Bob, in towards the penalty area. Gomez swoops this left foot ball. It's an excellent ball. He looks to his players saying, well, why did you guys not go for it? There was a chance there. Here is Clem. Great word over the halfway line. It's Sanusi, stayed on the field. Rooney Bedard is ahead of it. He decides to give it to Dakes. Here's the first touches to Rooney Bedard. 3 to aim for in the penalty area. In fact, he goes back to Clem. Love to see how many touches Clem's had tonight. Really, he's been a real magnet to the ball in that Copenhagen midfield. Vavro trying to keep it alive. It's a heavy ball from McKenna. That Copenhagen backline, how much City have pushed them back. For a moment of being on top of the penalty area, the ball's been kicked out of play by Copenhagen. The manager's happy with what they've seen in that move, but it's gone out of... Well, for overall, 68% possession for Manchester City, 32% for Copenhagen, 72% possession in the second half. It's 28 to Copenhagen, so 10% increase. So as much as I'm saying Clem's getting on the ball, he's probably the only one getting himself on the ball. Edison to take this goal kick, gives it to Akanji inside his own penalty area. He's impressed aggressively by Copenhagen, but there's Oscar Bob. No one around him. Norwegia picks the ball up. Gomez screaming forward. He actually goes to the right side, and this is open up for City. This could be a lovely goal from back to front if they can find a goal with 6 weight in the middle for Mateus Nunes' ball. It's laid back towards Akanji. Akanji laying this off to Ruben Diaz. Diaz now on to Guardiola. Guardiola to Kovacic. City retaining position. Just look for a second and we're going to whip that ball. But that's not the Guardiola way, is it? They want the pullbacks. They want to stretch defences. The percentages are not working in their favour if they just put the ball into the penalty area. And that's why they elected not to do that. Kovacic firing this into Oscar Bob. Gomez. Launch that forward. City 3, Copenhagen 1. It's for Ruben Diaz. Looking towards Akanji. City 3, Copenhagen 1. 60 minutes now, finally on the clock. It's expedition at the moment for the European champions. A real flexing of the muscles from Pep Guardiola's team. Free around him, deep in his own half. So approaches his own penalty area. Let's give this towards Sergio Gomez. Gives to Guardiola. Put on pressure. Let's give it away. And here's Dietz. Oh, Clem was there looking to his left boot. Looking towards that far side. That long ball. Glassing was that. Stays 3-1 to see on the night. It was a good ball. Real Madrid have scored in the Bernabeu. A more important goal for Real Madrid. To Cabana. Launched up field, looking towards Diaz. And Diaz hammers that upfield. Well, some of the supporters at the Etihad have started to put their phones and light up the Etihad sky. Guardiola. Here's Akanji. Kovacic. The referee's just halted proceedings. There's 2 balls on the field. So he stopped that. The ball was given complete different side of the pitch, but of course protocol. I think they would have to interfere with play. If they're going to naturally kick the ball out of play. It's a good referee in there. City have the ball inside their own centre circle. There's Akanji. Looking towards Nunes. Nunes clipped, referee says free kick. Not initially for this first foul, but for the second. So this needs to be a bit of... There's John Stones. He's about to come on. Vinicius Jr. is the player with the goal for Real Madrid. Alright, here now for Manchester City. Here's Bob. Oh, good work from Bob, flicking it to Haaland. Outside the penalty area, it's really congested. A lot of Copenhagen players creating a really good block. A low block. It's the best sometimes. It's the weight to deal with Manchester City. Gomez. towards Ruben Diaz. Diaz to Akanji. Akanji on to Diaz. That towards Mateus Nunes. Was giving the ball away. Here's Alvarez, like a busy busy bumblebee on a summer's afternoon on that Copenhagen defence, trying to win that ball back. It's Copenhagen have actually moved around with it. It's that Rooney Bardet guy who's got it with Elinusi. 20 to go in this game, and Red Bull Leipzig have given himself a lifeline and the Bernabeu. They've equalised on the night. They do trail on Nagrit by 1 goal. And here's Copenhagen with Elinusi he ran into trouble. Really bars to finish off it. To shoot a chance, saved by Edison. That was a good effort from the substitute, Magnus Madsen, and Edison had to beat it away. It's the best piece of play we've seen from either side in the second half, and easily could have been Man City 3, Copenhagen 2, but Edison, who doesn't have to do much in games, had to be alert, and he was alert there just to push it away. Manchester City 3, Copenhagen 1. Haaland flipped on with Kabada out to Valverde. Over to Anton. Forward to Wolves Anderson. It's now gone into the middle to Clem. The field there to find its way to Anderson. 2 more Copenhagen players about to come on for the visitors. Their attention now on their next game. It's going to be in Europe. It's a strong challenge. Comes in by Ruben Diaz. So Gift Orban, he got the goal for Leipzig. So John Stones, he's going to replace Diaz. The last thing that Diaz is going to do. Stones will get 20 minutes. I did want that out of the players on the bench for Manchester City, who are their mainstays, who will get a few minutes. The boy there, Foden, to be rested. You're interested to see how many players Liverpool rest tomorrow. So Oscar Højlund is coming on, the brother of Rasmus Højlund. It's a change that has come on. Cornelius is coming on also for Copenhagen, who have a corner, by the way, from that Ruben Diaz challenge. Can they find something from this set piece? It's going to be right footed, put in by Madsen, who had that shot saved. So Højlund on, and so is Cornelius with Madsen in front. Let's get confirmation of the players that have left for you. And we can and flash score. Ball comes to the far side, down the right. And let's play for Copenhagen. Having a good spell. A shot on target. Okay, now to fling it in towards Cornelius and Højlund's area. So far, Haaland's still defending. Erling Haaland, he's nowhere near, and the press is now broken away and goes into a more natural position to press from the front. The ball goes past Haaland. It's still with Copenhagen, and they've now put themselves in the position where they can whip this ball in. Coming off the left, it's put on the right foot, looking towards Højlund, and Akanji had to hook it away, the same technique he did to hammer in the first goal. Here is Rooney Bardet. Into the middle it goes, looking towards Cornelius. It will bounce, but it will bounce too much for the substitute. City 3, Copenhagen 1. It continues. You can see Jacob Noshuk just found his push forward. 604 passes completed for Manchester City, 239 for Copenhagen, 92% pass accuracy. So 20 to go. City moving down the left side. On the right hand side they go. Bob's there. Shows Akanji. Towards Stones. Stones is taking the armband, slotted into that left side position. Left side centre back position, John Stones. We've seen him play in the midfield. 4-2-3-1. Be fascinated to see how Guardiola takes on Anfield on Sunday. Of course, Liverpool have a few injuries, but Mohamed Salah is back in training. We'll travel to Prague tomorrow to take on Sparta Prague at Europa League. All three Premier League title contenders, all still in Europe. Of course, Arsenal trail 1-0 to Porto. You feel that they will turn it around at the Emirates next week. We'll have to see. Ooh, I think there's a little bit of a finger break there by Mateus Nunes. His fingers completely snapped. We just got a close-up image of it, and he's in a lot of pain, and there'll be a halt of play here, and rightly so. I think it's just a little mistake. I think there's going to be a few substitutions coming on for Man City, including that one. But as we look ahead, we can look ahead to tomorrow night in Europe, and the commentaries that will be live on Flash Score, starting with AS Roma. It's an audio commentary you can hear. Karabakh taken by Leverkusen, who are unbeaten in now 30 plus games. Javi Alonso's team, that's a game you can't listen to audio commentary, but you can still follow on Flash Score. Sparta Prague against Liverpool is one you can listen to though. Milan against Slava Prague is at 8 o'clock UK time. Benfica against Rangers, audio commentary of that game. Rangers and Benfica, as I just mentioned. Marseille against Villarreal, and then Freiburg against West Ham is a game you can listen to audio commentary. That's actually a game that we saw in the group stages of the Europa League, and they've met again in the last 16. So that's going to be an interesting one. You can listen to that tomorrow. Lots of commentaries coming your way. City make the change for Mateus Nunes. They're trying to fix the finger. He's still on the floor in so much agony. You can imagine when it's such an open, break like that. It's very hard. So he's going to just try and put it back. It sounds really, it's just completely snapped. Maybe he can play with a broken finger. But Hamilton looks like he's going to come on. And Matthijs, we're going to see a replay of this. I might have to close my eyes. Oh, he's grabbing. Oh, and he just completely falls on the finger. He completely falls on the finger with all his weight. That's not what we want to see at all. So yeah, Micah Hamilton comes on for Nunes. Good change for Guardiola's men. 1-1 Real Madrid. Perhaps it 3-1 here. 6-2. No goals in the second half so far. This one. Copenhagen, they've thrown all their wild cards onto the pitch to try and get some more goals against the European champions. Why not? Nothing to lose in this game. It's Valvro who has the ball for them. The balls of Clem in the centre circle. The blonde hair. Clem, the green boots tonight. Atkinson looking towards Højlund. It's flicked on by Højlund to now Rooney Barda. Barda looking to take on Atkinson. Oscar Højlund plays it back to Rooney Barda. Atkinson to Clem. City 3, Copenhagen 1. The ball will finally be whipped in towards Oscar Højlund and Cornelius. It does fall to Højlund, edge of the left of the penalty box for Copenhagen. The black shirts, Clem playing this back now to Helalusi, trying to shepherd us through. A low ball will come in, and Akanji stretches and gets gets rid of it immediately. 15 to go, 3-1. Here's the score here. City 3, Copenhagen 1, 6-2 City lead on aggregate. So Madsen takes this right footer going towards the far side. It's kept alive by Lucy, flicked on, and oh, it just hits the chest of a Copenhagen player. Was it McKenna? McKenna hooked it on. And it was Diggs who was there actually. If he put his head goalwards towards it, yeah, McKenna flicked on, but it just hit Diggs. And he was too fast for him to adjust his body to put that towards the goal. So he, just on cruise control at the moment, and Copenhagen looking to capitalise on that. One back again. He's on the bench, and the Lord, he's actually showing his finger to the bench to see what happened. It's not a pretty sight. As you can imagine, there's not many smiling players. That's De Bruyne and Walker and Bernardo Silva. Just sit down. We don't want to see your finger. Balls of Copenhagen at the moment. Here's the centre of the field. Floats us to the left side where Rooney Bard is. Skohoiden's now bombing down with it down the left. Here's Cornelius. Madsen. All the substitutes, you can say to yourself, why did they start? As Hoyland gets it back, shot taken. It's pulled wide by Madsen. It's going to be another corner for Copenhagen. But these substitutes have come on the field. You know, your Rooney Barge, you've got Skohoiden's, your Cornelius and Madsen. They've been excellent. They've been absolutely. Of course, this is the Manchester City side who heads up fully focused on Sunday, and rightly so, because they've put this tie to bed. It's Milang who's come on. Gillett nights over, so Berger Milang is on for Copenhagen. Corner's taken short. Skips past two players on that left hand side. Does fall to Rooney Barnes, he misses it completely. It's a right footed effort that goes over the bar from LNEC. It's hammered up. It's a good battle between Dice and Sergio Gomez. It's Lewis who created two really good blocks to make it difficult for Copenhagen. See, he's still just chilling and going through the paces. Made a few changes. It's now not getting any injuries. I've seen one have an injury. Don't want another one to happen. Kovacic. Just the ball towards Garnwell. 4-2 towards Lewis. Ikanji. Stones. Just playing the back line. Manchester City inside the final 10 minutes of the game. Lewis. Centre circle for Manchester City. Just played back to Wallace. Check back, still with Edison. They're just taking the sting out of this game. Ditch. To Lewis. the halfway line, side-footed ball. Get towards the Kanji, great. Ball towards Hamilton, but Hamilton can't get there. And in fact, it was actually Oscar Bob who was rushing down the right touchline, trying to keep it in. There's a bit of entertainment in the crowd. I'm sure the City supporters will love another goal. See them on their way ahead of their trip to Anfield on Sunday. It's really Barnes goes into the middle again, putting pressure on Hamilton, but Kanji's there to use his strength. Copenhagen supporters haven't stopped bouncing up and down. Not doing the pause out there, facing forward, and now the Manchester City supporters do a pause out. Yeah, I've seen loads of enjoyment. Right. Let's push towards Dix for Copenhagen. With the ball. Still 1-1 between Real Madrid and Leipzig. Madrid will be going through on aggregate. That stays the same. Job done nearly for Carlo Ancelotti's team. It's McKenna. Valvero can sit. It's Copenhagen's turn to just trade a few passes. That's what it's been like tonight, isn't it? It's been that type of game where, you know, City have a few long waves of possession and Copenhagen enjoy it in, but they've looked really threatening and they're moving forward here, looking towards Zach Cornelius, blazes off now towards Madsen inside the penalty area. Hoyden's next to him. It'll be Madsen, blocked by Nico Lewis, a little bit of a bicycle kick, and they're keeping City honest right until the end, and in the end actually Cornelius will be booked for a high boot on a City player. But the substitutes have looked great. I don't know if that's a mixture because City have put their foot off the gas, but there is more aggression and very much more quality on Copenhagen going field due to these substitutions. The quality levels are up, and that's not a criticism of the players that were on the pitch before them, but they have the same level of hunger and the positions they've gone into. Rightly so that Cornelius was booked for that on Akanji. That was the right decision. 2-3 Copenhagen 1. So another change in the coming. For Manchester City. Edison written that to Ward Stones. Stones trying to ball now to the right to Sergio Gomez. To Guardiola. You know, all this in their own half. He then goes and gives the ball to Gomez, who's more in a central area. Stones forward to Sergio Gomez. Gonna find the angle. Back to Stones. Work there by Mateo Kovacic has been injured in this game so far. So is Clem, they battered it. It's the Croatian that wins it. Here's Alvarez trying to squeeze his way through. Haaland's played the full 90 tonight though. Of course, you've got to remind yourselves that Haaland's come back, isn't it? To full focus, full fitness and full focus in the City side. A month ago he wasn't fit. So trying to get him up and running. But no De Bruyne, no Bernardo Silva, no Walker and no Foden. These are players that you fully expect. No Ake also has to be mentioned. You expect those players to come in on the weekend to the Etihad, to Anfield. A huge game between Manchester City and Liverpool, the top of the Premier League. Arsenal may be top by then. They face Brentford on Saturday, 5:30. That's another audio commentary, unofficial Premier League audio commentary you can listen to here live on Flash Score, the website and the app. City on the way to the penalty area for Copenhagen. It's with Alvarez, been marshalled around with Diggs. Diggs pushes him away, but we're still with the blue side. And Manchester City. And how many minutes will be added on due to the injury? Still waiting to make this substitution on that far side. Here's Gomez. And he's now about to Stones in the field now to Kovacic. Hamilton, I'm not sure he's had many touches of the ball. Well, he's got some space to run into, Hamilton. And he's got the ball now with the flamingo coloured boots. Flamingo pink. Here's Kovacic though, galloping forward. Haaland into Hamilton, and Haaland's ball is actually too loose and just sandwiched into Hamilton. The Copenhagen players. To hit the front. Will be a change for Manchester City, and it will be Haaland. I didn't think he'll play the full 90 minutes. Is this goal that got the third? It really put this game to bed once and for all. It was, after that, the time was completely done, and it's why we've seen a goalless second half so far. Jacob Wright is coming on for Erling Haaland, and Haaland goes in. Gives a hug to Wright, and gives a hug to Pep Guardiola also. City 3, Copenhagen 1, 6-2 on aggregate. Goals from Akanji, Alvarez and Haaland in the first half for City, and Lucy got one when it was 2-0 to make it 2-1. Haaland got one in the stroke of half time inside the added time. We're in the final minute of the 90. And we see some more goals as the Etihad starts to filter out. And our attentions now for everybody moves on to Sunday, a massive game. And I'm sure nerves will be high, but also the tensions for us on Flash Score will turn to Thursday night with all the European action that we have. And a pleasure to give you this game tonight on the Flash Score app. City 3, Copenhagen 1 is the score, 6-2 aggregate. They're trying to put one back. The shot goes firing in from Copenhagen. And it's again a substitute. He's putting in the trick. Actually, he isn't. Actually, it's Atkinson. It's set up by Rudy Baja. And it's flicked on. And Emerson just hammers it over. And it goes wide into the 5 minute. Well, to the 90. I already said that. Wait for the referee to. It's for official to give us how many minutes will be added on. So yellow card comes in to Madsen, the substitute for Copenhagen. So a harsh challenge on the City player, Magnus Madsen. To see a replay of this. I think it was Enrico Lewis actually, in fact, yeah it was. The Stones. Towards the middle. Goes right to Kanji. Stones. Kovacic. 3 minutes to be added on. End of this Champions League last 16 tie. City are extending their unbeaten home record. Have created a new record by scoring 3+ goals in 9 consecutive Champions League goals, and it's Hamilton now approaching the penalty box, looking for number 4. His shot's deflected, can't fall to Alvarez. That's put away by Copenhagen, who try and keep it out. Still with Hamilton, and that's cleared away. A free, actually. In the end, Hamilton gives away the free kick inside Copenhagen's half, and that's a real disappointment from the City perspective, because their numbers over the far side. He went on his right foot. That was the best option, looking to go for goal in CJ Hamilton. Played a minute off the through that's added on here at the Etihad. Smith Akanji. He's let it run, then he's won it. Good defending from him. Stones is there. Sergio Gomez comes. Referee's linesman has told him that that's an offside, so it will be a City free kick right outside their penalty area, which is taken quickly down the left hand side for Sergio Gomez. Real Madrid have qualified to the last 8. It was a nervous night for them, but the full-time whistle has gone in Spain. It finished 1-1 on the night, 2-1. They are the winners. I can safely say that. I think Manchester City, we've got best part of a minute here left as they go for number 4. Loop to hit the crossbar. How close is that? Oh, it was Rico Lewis from right back who had drove forward into the penalty area. Left fly on his right foot. Goalkeeper was beaten. He dived to the right as the ball just twinkled over him, hit the woodwork, and it stays Man City 3, Copenhagen 1. I think that probably will be the last opportunity of the evening. It's still with Kovacic, and he's hit Clem. It's still with Kovacic now, and he gives the ball away. And now City retreat as Copenhagen go over the halfway line down the left side. They try and get a consolation here. Maybe they'll get a chance as Rudy Barda has an effort. Actually, it's Rudy Barda, it's Enalusi with the effort that goes over the bar. Yeah, it's good play from, we'll just get a replay from this Rico Lewis effort. Right played it on, and Lewis, deflected. Goalkeeper completely bamboozled by that deflection that came off Valverde. But that was the last piece of action for Enalusi and Lewis's shot, because Manchester City have beaten Copenhagen 3-1, 6-2. It's a bit of tie that they've been in full control of throughout, and Pep Guardiola's team will have sterner tests for sure in Europe, and they'll have sterner tests domestically, because their attentions now is in a place where traditionally they don't perform in Anfield. They take on Jurgen Klopp's side live here on audio commentary on Flash Score for you on Sunday afternoon. It was Akanji with the first goal tonight for City inside 5 minutes. Then Alvarez doubled their lead inside 10. They were 2 up in 9 minutes. Then at least he pulled one back for Copenhagen. And then Haaland made sure that he got his 41st Champions League goal. A wonderful play, a really good goal as well. Brought it on his left and found the bottom corner. Second half was more possession as expected. No goals from either side, but the damage had been done. The result had been confirmed. Some would say even before tonight's game. But Manchester City march on. Their dominance under Pep Guardiola continues. Copenhagen's Champions League journey ends here tonight. It finished on the night Manchester City 3, Copenhagen 1, and on aggregate Manchester City 6, Copenhagen 2. We'll be back for more European action tomorrow. Take care.